Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. Drink of the day is Tenzing Lime and Mint, and today I've been revisiting Yellow Jewelry Bonney. This is the new yellow leader out of OP13, and it's based all around triggers. And if you look at the deck list, there's only 2 cards in the deck that don't have a trigger. If you watch the whole video, that may come up later. Anyway, I will be going over the deck list. If you want to skip straight to the gameplay, timestamps are in the description. So, Jewelry Bonney, when you play a guy, you get to give her 2 dons, as long as that guy has a trigger, which gives you a lot more aggression. And as a result, and as a result of the meta more broadly, I'm choosing to play this deck as aggressively as possible. Using cards like Kiku and Hawkins to effectively be like 2-cost bodies, because you get 2 of the dons on your leader for free, they're just really, really good. Obviously, Kiku also has the obnoxious trigger, and Hawkins' trigger not to be slept on too. But these cards are sort of good in different matchups. The Kiku, I really like into Ace, because it's a 6k baseline body, and Ace is more concerned with healing you, because they can't kill you quite as easily at the end of the game as decks like Emu. Hawkins, much better into Emu. I also quite like it into Green Zoro, but especially into Emu. The fact that it's 5k versus 6k doesn't really matter, and it's just the fact that this on KO, they don't want to activate. Kiku's on KO, they don't mind activating, but the Hawkins on KO is brutal for them. So they're really not going to want to attack into this card, which means you get to swing 5 with it every turn. In terms of another low-cost body, I've actually got 4 of the Lilith Searcher from back in OP07. A good amount of our cards are Egghead, not a ridiculous amount. You can whiff with this, but sort of the amount I want to play are Egghead. And shout out to Nightingale TCG, because I was watching his Bonney video, and he had this, and it was doing a lot of work, so I thought, oh, we should probably try that out again. And you know what? It's really nice, especially when you're going first into a deck like Emu or Green Zoro. Like I say, I am only running like 13 targets because it can't search Liliths. If you wanted to swap these Tories for 4 more Egghead 2Ks, I think that's totally fair. There's the Edison from the new set, and there's also the Usopp. Both of them are kind of bad, I'm not going to lie, I don't really like either of them. Frankie, I'd obviously go to 4 before playing any of these cards, but I really want to min-max my odds of getting a bunch of bullshit trigger bodies, because Bonney's power is just a little bit low. It's a little bit low. So I think maximizing the bullshit with Tori, as well as some copies of the Frankie, he's only online very, very late, is the route that I've taken over slightly more consistency with Lilith. The Lilith still searches your Stussy, still searches your top-end Bonney, and it can still get a couple other pieces like the Egghead Onami, which is pretty good. Alternate play on 3 is Onami. This is my preferred play into Ace over Lilith. Lilith just being 5k, kind of bad into Ace. So the Onami giving you the banish, and then you can swing 8 banish. You know, you get a bit of value. Either they lose the life, or they give you 2 cards to counter, and then that can work out pretty nice for you. Because if they drop a marker on the next turn, well, they're not going to have a Don on their leader, so, yeah, it sort of initiates, like, the card drain, which, my god, you need into Ace. I'm, of course, playing the Lilith Searcher, literally the entire deck, other than Stussy, has a trigger. Obviously, Lilith can't search itself, or this other Lilith, but you can search everything else. It's brilliant for consistency. So, after 4, I've got a couple of 5 Don plays. Nami, it's really good into Zoro. It's pretty good into Ace. You can get rid of, like, Marco. You can get rid of 5-cost Yamato, which is quite cool. But really into Zoro, this is brilliant for just getting rid of Shigi. Shigi is an absolute nightmare, so getting rid of her is really good. The Boa is also really good into Zoro. This just freezes their leader. It's like the Arlong that I was playing in the, the Zonji deck the other day. This kind of does the same thing and makes your Zoro matchup much, much better. Also have 1 S-Snake. This is basically just the 5th Boa. Or a 5th Nami. It's sort of acts as somewhere between them both. You hit a bit bigger than Nami, which can be nice for freezing things like Jozu, but it is a little bit weaker than both of them. I've just kind of got 1 as a little bit of redundancy in case you need it. Also, searchable off Lilith and playable off Stussy. One of the main all-stars of this deck, though, is this Robin. This into Emu is so important. This is one of the cards that I'd almost be mulliganing for. Like this and the Hawkins. That curve, especially on evens, is godlike. They don't want to kill this, they can't blow this up with Mars, and they're probably going to be at 3 life on your 6th Don turn. On 4, they're going to be taking maybe 1 hit, but they're still going to have 3 life, so you still always get 1 trash with Robin. Sometimes, you even get 2, which is incredible. In terms of top end, I've got 2 of the Stussy. I'm a bit mixed on this card. It feels good sometimes. Going wide into like an ace deck is really good. And also into Emu, this can be quite useful. Into Zoro, this feels quite bad though. So I'm only on 2 at the minute. If you wanted more of these, I'd maybe cut like a Lilith, because we already do play a fair amount of bricks in this deck. You got 4 Lilith, you got 4 Kiku, you got 4 Hancock, you got 5 of these. That's what, like 17? I don't really want to go more unless you're playing 0 costs, and then you got to go make more room for 0 costs. So it's kind of tricky. Maybe you could cut one of the boas potentially, if you wanted more Stussy, but I think I'm fine with it at 2 because it's at least searchable off Lilith. And finally, top end, 3 of the Bonney. I find myself not always using this card, but I do find myself using it a lot of the time. The trigger is also sometimes game winning. At the end of the game, you can just rest one of your opponent's dudes, either to deny them a lethal, or to rest one of their blockers to make your lethal easier. But primarily, obviously, you're playing this for the on-play. It's just very powerful. Into Ace, you probably get one of these off. Into Emu, you definitely get one of these off. And the burn, plus the rush, plus the fact that you get 2 Dons, gives you a lot of extra aggression later on. Finally, Flame Split, Blade Slice, whatever you want to call it. This is very important for resting Walkyrie and Marco into the big 2. Obviously, into Zoro, you can rest things like Koshiro as well, which is pretty cool. You can also combine this with Lilith for an extra 1,000 power at the end of the game, similar to how Otama gives you an extra 3,000 power. This 2k is just crazy at the end of the game. This is purely a closer 2k. I don't really like playing this early. But the Flame Split is really good. Generally, I want to see one of these in pretty much every game into Emu and every game into Ace, so that's why I'm on 3. It's searchable off Lilith, you should see one. Also can be pretty cute on counter to surprise people. So that's Bonney. I think Bonney does have some issues, not particularly in any one matchup. Just in general, she's just a little bit weak. I think the deck will benefit more from more trigger support. That could be quite cool. And we'll see what happens with the Egghead Luffy starter deck that's coming relatively soon. With OP13, I believe. That could bring some nice buffs for Bonney if there's Egghead lock cards in that. Who knows? But for now, I think Bonney is a decent rogue pick. Don't underestimate her. But I just don't think she's as powerful as the top decks. But definitely can win games, can win your locals. Don't sleep on Bonney. Gonna give him to Betty. Ranked reset, huh? Anyway, let's take second. I do quite like Hawkins. I would really like to see the Egghead Nami in this match, though. So I'm going to mulligan this. There's the Egghead Nami. Nothing to do on 2, that's fine. It's fine. On 4, we have a lot of Kikus. That's a lot of Kikus, holy. We'll see what he does on 3. Gonna swing 6. I don't have a 2k, so I guess we're taking this one. Yeah, I'll use that. We'll do each one of these Kikus. Don't need 3 of them. Please, silly. Irankov! If you're revolution, you're... Okay, so he can be a bit of protection. He, she, whatever. Get the Kikus out of here, dude. This is insane. I think next time we're definitely going with Nami. I think this turn I will go with a Kiku, just because it's slightly bigger than the Lilith. We do have a 2k now, which is nice. And if he does use his leader effect next turn, it's only going to be like 5-6, if he even wants to attack with this. Which I'm not sure he will, because he will fear the Nami, right? So let's go... We can actually go with the Boa next turn as well. It's another option. We'll go with the Kiku, use the card action on 2, and then we'll swing for 7. Not going to starve them because... Whoa, okay. Maybe he has a plan to kill this Kiku this turn then. Because countering there is not like Belo Betty. Let's go with 5 cost Ivankov. Summons just a Koala. Nothing crazy. We're going to see 5 from this. Does use the buff, so we are going to see some swings here. We've actually got an obscene amount of bricks. So let's get rid of this Nika Robin. Yeah. This is just not a good amount of bricks. We'll take this if it swings. It does swing, but now we can blow up the Ivankov. Yes, again, I will use this. Please get these bricks out of my hand. Holy. We don't need any more Kikus. So cursed. So cursed. Probably will play the Lilith out. Just really looking for 2Ks at this point. I'm going to have to get rid of this so that we can blow up the Ivankov. But I don't think this is that bad. We'll get rid of this. We'll use the leader swing to get rid of Belo Betty. And we'll use the Egghead Nami ditching one of the Liliths to blow up the Ivankov here. So we'll do the Nami first. Deploy this. Use this. Trash. One. I mean, I guess you can just get rid of another Akiku. Get rid of this. Use the card action. 2 here. And as much as I want this to have the on-KO live, I actually don't really care if he wants to take it out. That's kind of fine. We'll just take out the little searcher. I don't have enough counter right now. And I'm looking for a 2K. We do get a 2K there. That's nice. Then we'll pass it up. Yeah, next turn, not sure. He goes with the Koala. Okay, well, I'll Kiku's alive, I suppose. If he does decide he wants to attack it. Karasu. Very scary card. Very scary card. Next turn, maybe we'll go with Lilith. Look for another Egghead and Army. Does buff up. 6 to 4. Yeah, we're going to have to take that. It's going to KO A4. That's an incredible trigger. Yeah, alas, we literally have no counter. This is bleak. What's this do? If we have 1 less life, we can rest a 7. Yeah, let's do that. Let's rest this koala. Dog, what is going on? Where is the counter? Have I put too many bricks in my deck? Have I flown too close to the sun? I think what we're going to do this turn is try and take out the board. Then we're going to use this boa to freeze his leader. And then next turn we'll go for like a play with the Bonney and maybe the Flame Split as well. I will also play a Lilith. Maybe. We do need to get rid of this koala. We do. Let's start with 5 into 3 on the koala. Because I think I want to swing 8 into 6 after using the leader effect here. So yeah, we'll go with the boa. And we'll trash one of the other Liliths. Use this. Trash a Lilith. Freeze this. Use the card action. 2 here. Go 8 into 6. Hopefully this goes down. If it doesn't, we'll have to reconsider playing this Lilith. Incredible. Then we'll go 5 leader. Okay, he does get a trigger, but 1 trigger shouldn't be enough. 1 trigger should not be enough. If he has the rush unit. The Inazuma. We have 2K. We might need to keep the Don open for this now, actually. We might. Just to play around the rush. Maybe should have just not attacked there, in fact. Potentially that was a mistake. I'm just going to pass. As much as I want to play this to get the search, I think we have to keep this up to play around Inazuma. I don't think they're usually on Dragon. It's a little bit too slow. But if he is on Dragon, that will be worse, because he'll attack with the Kuma first. That will be... Yeah, if he has Dragon and a Rev Army card to use Leader Effect, we're in a pickle. But if he doesn't, we can hopefully rest the Rush Inazuma with the Flame Split. And we do have a 2K as well. So, maybe. Kuma just kills our Lilith. That's fine. That is fine. We've got the Bonney for lethal next turn. We've got the Flame Split if he gets a trigger blocker or just a regular blocker. 10 into 5. Sure. 2 for this. Nobody cares. Okay, well, we're going to start with... This is guaranteed. So we'll just go with this first. Is it a trigger blocker? No. Cool. Then we'll go with this. This effect. Use the card action on 2. And then that's also guaranteed. We just about got there. Holy smokes, the bricks at the start absolutely terrified me, man. We got some lucky triggers, though, I can't lie. The Hancock trigger blowing up his Ivankov. And then the Bonney trigger resting the koala. Both were so important, but like... I think I saw every brick in my deck, so I'm not going to feel too upset about it. Going to give him to Emu. I will be taking second. No 4 cost is Mulligan. No 4 cost is tough, I guess. Huh? We do have the Robin. The Robin is very nice. I love the Robin. But, yeah, no 4 cost a little tough, you know? No 4 cost. Ideally, you really want Hawkins in this matchup. But Kiku is okay. Opponent chooses to keep. Must have a pretty good hand with a lot of searchers, I would guess. Ditches a Mars. No searchers. Interesting. But we do have a Kiku. It's no Hawkins, but it's still pretty good. I'm still a fan. Here we'll see any searchers come down. Maybe Charlos, if he has access to a Charlos. Does just trash a Nosturo. And does swing. I'll take it. No trigger there. I'm surprised he kept this hand if there's no searchers in it, right? We're going to go with Kiku. Use the card action. 1, 2. And then he'll probably counter out of this with an event if he has one, which I assume he does. Very smart. Good play from our opponent, but we have a Robin. Trashes a Nosturo again. My boy, what is going on with your hand, sir? Saturn. We can actually blow up Saturn with Nami, which is quite funny. Let's play the 5 Elders. They're at his service. Shepherd, Peter. I think I'm going to counter this one. I don't really value blowing up the Saturn that much. But if we do take, we just have more cards, right? No trigger on that. I wish we could use this trigger. Snake's fine. Yeah, I think we're just going with the Robin here. Let's start with a 6. Counters with Mr. Mjosgard. Use this. Trash his life. Use the card action. And then we'll swing 7. And we'll see, does he have another counter event? He does have another counter event. Okay. Pretty good start for our opponent here. Lots of counter events. The only thing he whiffed was the Searcher very early on. And, actually, I don't think we could blow up the Saturn because he used that Elders, right? Yeah. Here's Mars. Can blow up our Kiku. We get the heal. Incredible work. And it is a blocker, sadly. If we can get another Robin here, that would be pretty sick. Let's go take on that one. Yes. No Robin. We will need a Bonney, though. So I'll take the Bonney. And all the other 3 were actually named Lilith. Literally all of them were named Lilith. Another 7. Oh, you spoil me, sir. No trigger. Interestingly, it doesn't let you use it. Because they're all immune, right? Well, we should still be able to activate the trigger. Let me misplay. Let me misplay. We're definitely going with the Robin here. Yeah, another life trash is brilliant. Get rid of that. Use the card action. We're going to look, I guess... We could play out the own army here. But he has the blocker, so it's kind of pointless. Yeah, that's right. I stand by that. So yeah, we'll go 7, 8. I'm not interested in taking out Saturn. I just want to go aggro, aggro, aggro. Ooh, he does go to 1, though. I kind of want to Bonney that last life to deny him the resource. So I am going to go 8 Saturn now. Because we get to burn this for free, right, with the Bonney. We get to burn it literally for free, so... You know, and I think we do have to win next turn, though, which is a little scary. We do have the Blaze Slice. Yeah, we're definitely going to defend this. Let me think about this. What's he going to do here? Can play double blockers. We can rest one of them with a Blaze Slice. We can't rest this Mars, though. We need to defend this Robin. If he's playing a single Walkery for 3, he's going to need to leave at least 1 on up. We can swing 9 into Robin. We can defend it. We have a lot of 1Ks, right? We have 1, 2, 3. Actually, we're fucking low on 1Ks. If we do defend this, we don't necessarily die next turn. But we're in a worse position for the following turn, right? Because we can't rest his blockers when he resummons them. That's why you don't swing! Don't swing aimlessly! Don't give me triggers! Why would you do this? Troller. Absolute troller. Okay, right. Right, we're going 9 for this. Do this. Use the card action. These go on lead. Yes. Then we go Blaze Slice. Buff up one of these. Rest this. Then we got 6, 6, 7, 7, 10. We're going to get a lot of cards out of his hand regardless, and we may well just win. We'll have to see about that one. Blocks the 6. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. Can block one of these 7s. If he has an event... No, he has to block the 10. So he's got to counter both of these, right? He's got to have event 2k, 1k. And then this last card also needs to be the Elders. Well, that's concerning, sir. Looks like we'd have won even without this trigger. Yeah, never mind. We didn't actually need the trigger. But still, shouldn't have given it to us, right? No, you never give me that trigger. That's crazy talk. In general, I think Emu is much better starving. Yellow Bonney. Only attack the board. Only attack the board. We'd have had not this trigger. This Robin came off life as well, didn't it? I think this Robin came off life. So we wouldn't have had the Robin. We just had less options, right? You give people more options, they're going to kill you fast. And Emu just wins at the end game. Like, once he plays out one of these, he's in a really good spot. If he has the second one, he basically wins. So you really do want to starve Bonney, in my opinion. And the Kiku trigger just sort of exacerbated that. But generally, I think this matchup is very winnable. If we'd seen a Hawkins instead of a Kiku early on, he can't Mars it. And the Robins are just great, because Emu wants to defend early to defend their life. But the Robin disincentivizes them from doing that. So it sort of works against how they want to play normally. So, I don't know. The matchup is still tough, but Hawkins is an all-star. And obviously Blaze Slice at the end is just very good. Well, I'm facing some interesting decks today. We're going into Red Zoro. I think in this one we are really just looking for Egghead Luffy. I'm going to go first. Egghead Luffy. Egghead Nami. Excuse me. Definitely not. Egghead Nami's here. We can go for a banish early on, which is quite nice. And getting the Onami down is not negligible. Like, that's not a bad thing. And just the fact that we've got this Egghead Nami is very important for controlling Zoro's board in the early game. The thing that will put the spanner in the works to my banish plans is his counter event. But I think because it's banish, is it worth it? What if he has 2 of them? What if he has 2 of them? I'll be fucked. We are an aggro deck, though. If it wasn't banish, I'd definitely not do this. But because it is banish, I'm going to risk that he doesn't have 2 events. I think if it's 1, it's okay. If it's 2, we're probably just losing immediately. For fuck's sake, dude. That's... What the fuck is this, man? Okay, dude. We might be cooked. I've been greedy. I mean, we have to attack at some point, right? We have to attack at some point. That is cursed, though. At least the banish went through. Holy shit. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. This is not playing anything, but yeah, this is 26s, man. I don't have the counter. Ah! Let's go to Hawkins. We'll counter with him. Just swing 5. Do it. You know you want to. Buggy. Okay. Whiffs on the buggy. Lovely. Oh, 666. We don't have any 2Ks. No trigger. Oh, man. This has gone terribly. Definitely no trigger on that one. We can at least counter 1 swing. It's Joba. It's absolutely Joba. Oh, dear, man. Quite funny, though. Quite funny, though. Go on, swing 6, bro. Swing 6 with the leader. We're not swinging the leader? We are swinging the leader. We just went to take a toilet break. Understandable. Right, now then. Moving swiftly on. Holy shit. 2K's good. I like the 2K. So we're obviously going with Nami. Unfortunately, we're not even going to get the draw. We can ditch the Lilith. That card's completely useless. Are we going to put the Dons on the Onami? I think we are. I think we are putting the Dons on the Onami because we can blow up the Chopper. I want to remove this, though. I'm not that worried about removing the Hiking Bear because it requires at least a Don on it, and he doesn't have anything else to buff with it currently. So I might just swing the Onami into the Hiking Bear 3-on-3. If he defends this, we definitely get rid of this. If he doesn't defend this, we'll at least remove one body. And then if he defends the this chopper, then, you know, it's something. It's something. Okay, it goes. I'm going to go 7-4. This is likely gone. If he has 2-2Ks, though, he could keep it. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Well, we got something doing. It's just really bad start. Really bad start. The double events, man. That was, yeah, that was scary. Get rid of this Robin because we have to count as much as we can. 6. I'll counter the 6 because this could be Kid Killer. I'm happy to go with the Hancock. We should draw. Okay, it's a Zoro. It's kind of the same thing. Yep, we'll take that one. Yeah, we'll just use that because there's a lot of things we could draw here that are good. Stutty's great, and seeing... No, we can't take the Stutty. It doesn't have a trigger. S-Snake's good. We can take S-Snake, and then we don't have to trash for the Hancock. But if we can remove his whole board, we can freeze the leader as well. I'm going to take the S-Snake anyway. Because I don't think I want Hawkins and I can't take Stussy. Yeah. We're not out of it yet. We are not out of it yet. It's not looking particularly epic. Like, anything is Slash. You're not Slash, you're not Slash, and they're all special. Truly, they all are special. A 2K is perfect. We might just get rid of this S-Snake then. I might get rid of this S-Snake. I think we do need the Bonney. In fact, we might need to go for lethal in 2 turns here. If we S-Snake the leader, what's the odds he can kill us this turn? I think reasonable with these 2 on the board. I think if we can remove at least one of them, and if we can deal 2 damage, so then the Bonney deals 1 damage. The Bonney hit goes through unless he has a blocker. And then we've got potentially, at least this is swinging for 7. Maybe we keep this as well. I think it's not bad. I think it's not bad. Gonna probably put the 2 Dons on the Onami. We'll swing... So I'm going to start with a 7 into the Zoro, I think, here. Because we can literally alleviate all pressure this turn if we remove the Zoro. Which is quite interesting. If we remove the board, anyway. Okay. Let's go for the buggy. Say we deal the damage here. Are we in a position to go for lethal next turn now? Because he's going to swing for 5. He'll be at 3. If he takes. Which I think he will. I think we trash the S-Snake. Because we should keep at least 2 of these. And he does go to 3. We might be able to win next turn, depending on what he does on this turn. That's not optimal. That is, yeah, that is not optimal. How many of these are events as well? I mean, we have no choice, right? We have nothing else we can really do. It's Bonney Smack, right? We need to split our Dons, though, I think. Let's start with 5 from Nami. He has 2 more Dons up. If he has, like... If he's just drawn all 4 events, that's tough. That is tough. Takes the 5. Okay. 5-7 or just 9? I think we're getting the chopper regardless. I think we are, which gives us a chance of not dying, actually. Depending on whether he has rush and what these two triggers are. I think it's just 9, because if he has Rad Beam, he gives us the Rad Beam and a 1k regardless if we go 7-5 or just 9. Yeah, I think it's 9-10 and just don't swing with your own army here. Seven, 9, 10. Okay, he did have the counter for it. And we'll go 10, and this probably gets blocked. If he has Rad Beam 2k, though, that would be tough. Okay. We're relying on triggers, I think, at this point. We really are. I mean, if he doesn't have a rusher, he just loses, right? But I'm assuming he has a rush unit. 7-5, we have to take that one. Definitely not going to use that trigger. 7-5, we're going to counter that one because this could be Kid Killer. And Kid Killer would swing for exactly 9. There's no way this is 2 rush units. No, he's just stalling now. Yeah, well, nice one. Well played. Well played to our opponent. Oh, double Jambe, okay. He didn't have a rush unit, so he just lost regardless. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, he just didn't have a rush unit. So we were fine at 2 there. This Robin would have been very useless. Man, that was the double event at the start. He didn't see any summoner choppers, to be fair. That could have gone a lot worse. Jesus Christ, my greed was absolutely punished that game. I think if I'd ignored the buggy, we could have maybe won last turn. But no, he had another 2k. He had potentially the bear. Probably not. Probably not. It looked like he had a lot of counter in hand. Oh, well. Well played to Zoro. That was a really close game. Got a game into Zoro. I'm not actually sure what I want. I think I want... Yeah. What do I prefer in this matchup? I kind of don't mind first, you know? But equally, second, just play Hawkins is pretty strong. We don't run healing, which actually makes this matchup a little tricky. Because healing in yellow typically very good into Zoro. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna take first, because they do generally like first into a lot of these decks. Lilith's nice, I don't mind that. Nami's also pretty good. I think we'll keep this hand. Would like to see a couple of 2Ks to defend our characters. But if we play out the Hawkins, then we don't need to defend our characters, so we're fine. If he does whiff Karina, which Karina not typically something they're mulliganing for. They're usually just looking for Tashigi. And if he does whiff Karina, then we get to keep the Lilith, which is pretty cool, honestly. Would love to see that, if we can. But we are going to have a lot of aggression into Zoro, which is good. Because Zoro likes to counter early, but if he's giving up 2 cards, he doesn't like that so much. We're going to pass on 1, obviously. See what he's got on 2. Hopefully not Hiyori. Hopefully not Hiyori. I hate this card. Stupid Hiyori. Stupid Hiyori. Tashigi. Incredible. I think I might just ignore this, honestly. But taking it out is really important. Let's go with this. We'll do our search. Can we take Egghead, right? Other than Lilith. I guess we're taking Bonney, huh? I think getting 2 cards is worth it because we can attack this whenever later on. Because we're demanding 2 cards of the life, I think it's better to go 7 leader. If we were just swinging 5, I'd 100% attack the Hiyori. But because it's 7, I want to go lead to get that extra pressure off. Yeah, this can regenerate in 1 card, but it's also going to cost him a Dom. You know, it's not free. And we really hope to see no Queener. We really hope to see no Queener. Hey, no Queener, let's go, gamers. We can take out this Hiyori with our Lilith next turn. I will get rid of it now. We've got to get rid of it now. And I'm probably going to opt for the Hawkins so that we can keep the Nami for next turn. Although if he does play Koshiro, we may want to play Nami to try and deal with that. So that when he plays Shiggy, we can also deal with that. This Hancock, though, is going to be clutch later on. This is going to be huge. Guess the sorry, sure. Oh, okay, never mind. He has a pretty good turn nonetheless. Maybe we need to Nami, just blow up the Zoro, keep the ball clear. Perona. Quite frustrating we don't have a 2K. It is. Koshiro. Yeah, it's quite frustrating we don't have a 2K. I'm going to take this. No, our leader is sadly not Vegapunk, so we cannot play this card. I think Nami into Nami is sadly going to be the route here. Blow up the Zoro, blow up the Shiggy. Then probably the following turn, maybe we'll go with the Boa. Yeah, as much as I would love to play the Hawkins. Let's kill this. Yeah, I think controlling his board is going to be the most important thing. And we'll get rid of the Lilith here, I think. Don't think I really want her. Get rid of Lilith. Blow up this. Use the card action. 1, 2. And then we'll go for 7 again. Keeping up a nice amount of pressure. But we're not going to be attacking his board anyway, so we don't care. When he plays his Shiggy, it's gone. It's gone. But we are going to probably lose our Lilith here. Or the Nami. The other, I'll defend the other one from like the Mihawk swing. If he does choose to swing with the Mihawk, and then we'll blow up the Shiggy, and we've got a couple Dons for fun. Maybe we could go with the Banish, if he counters this one. Doesn't. We'll keep one of our guys, though, which is nice. We will keep either the Lilith or the Nami. Does this Mihawk swing? Does he have another use for the Don? On that next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yep, absolutely, sir. The fact that he's down to 3 now is nice. No, sir. We'll get rid of the Onami or the Hawkins. Loki has a shitload of cards, so I think this Onami is bad. I think both of these are bad, but this says... They both say 1K. I don't think we're ever playing this, right? Because we're going to be going like Nami, Hancock, Bonney, something like that, maybe. So let's just counter with the Hawkins. I don't think we're ever playing this. We could maybe weave the Onami in. And we'll be taking that one. No trigger. Ooh, Stussy's good, though. Yeah, Stussy's quite good. We can go Stussy, Nami, blow up this. Do I want to kill the Mihawk? I think I do. Yeah, I think I want to kill the Mihawk. If he counters, I'll attack leader with the 7. I'm not plowing 7 into Mihawk. It's not worth that much. I think. Let's it go. Cool. And we'll go Stussy, deploy. Yeah, I think we have to go one more turn. On the next turn, we'll play the Hancock. The turn after that, we'll play the Bonney. I think that's the route I'm taking. We'll go with the Nami. Use the Nami effect. Toss Robin. Blow up to Shiggy. Use the card action. 2 Don here. Then we'll swing again for 7. Every time, 7 at face. Pile on the pressure. Do you want to defend? Do you want to go down to 2? He wants to go down to 2. Incredible. Now, we'll see what happens this turn. 8 Don normally would be Mihawk. In set 13, not Mihawk anymore. We're likely to see maybe another Shiggy. Maybe he'll play a coach with Cavendish. Okay, Cavendish. No more Shiggys. Cavendish and Zoro. Okay, so we still get to swing 8-8. We still don't have a bloody 2K. Which is quite troublesome. I think we want... What do we want? We're going to 9 this turn. We're definitely borrowing. I think we let this go and take. Then we let this go and take, because we're going to borrow this turn. Freeze his leader. May as well use this. I'm looking for 2Ks and the Blaze Slice at this point. 2Ks or Blaze Slice. No Blaze Slice, so I guess we'll take a 2K. I'd rather have that than a Lilith in hand. Right, so yeah, this turn we are going with the Hawkins 100%. Sorry, going with the Hancock 100%. Freeze the leader. I'll toss, I guess, the Hawkins. Next turn, we're going to be going with Bonney. So we probably want to leave him at 1, but we also want to threaten lethal somewhat. Will I attack with his Stussy? Probably. Probably. Let's go 7. See what happens from the 7. Because we can just force 3 7s, and we might not even... If he goes to 0, we don't actually need the Bonney, right? We just need to make sure that we keep 5 Don. It's going to take... Well, you're not taking this one. Because otherwise we can literally just swing 12, right? There's no way you're taking that one. Actually, this is 9. This last swing's 9. Okay. He is. There's the Hancock. Use her. Ditch Bonney. Because we don't need her anymore. Screw over the leader. And then I'll take 3 of your cards, please, sir. 3 of your finest. But his leader literally can't attack, right? We don't have a lot of counter, is one small concern. But I doubt he can move our entire board, right? He can play blockers, is again a concern. The law blocker in particular is quite annoying. We know he has a Koshiro. He showed us that earlier. Does play in a poo. But if he's using lots of Dons for things like Koshiro, maybe we can defend our units a bit easier. And we'll pass it over. The fact that this can't attack is great. It's really good. But we're not guaranteed win here yet. I didn't expect him to counter all of those. I thought he might... sorry, didn't expect him to take all of those. I thought he might counter one early. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe he could have swung... I guess regardless of what he's doing, I'm always just swinging the Stussy if he takes like 7 from the leader. So it's kind of neither here nor there. Yeah, I think I would always swing the 9, right? Get 3 cards. Because he's still going to take these out. And that's just 2 Don he's just wasted. I say wasted. Spent. It's more accurate. I assume he's looking for Law here. Law's like the best card to see here. You can go Law, pick up, say, Perona, play out something. Maybe another Zoro just to get Dons back. Maybe just Perona again. I mean, you can get a 2k, sure, but you've used 2 Don, so it's going to be hard for you to take out these now. Although we do only have 5k counter, it must be said. We're probably losing the Nami. Which is suboptimal. But it's all going to depend on how many Dons he wants to put on these. How many he wants to use for blockers. We do have the Nami that can blow up a single Koshiro. If we deem it worthwhile. Not sure if it will be, because it's 5 Don. Though he's only 3. Yeah, 3 Don's probably worth it. And the Blade Slice would have been good. 7 into 5. If he goes double Kosh for 4, have 5 more Dons, it'd be 10 into 7. We can defend that. Go to 9, 10, 11. I think we let this go. I don't think we're ever saving the Nami, but we can probably save the Stussy. And he can have... I mean, I guess he could go Koshiro, 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 Koshiro. Should be pretty toxic. If he has an insane amount of Koshiros, that'll be a little bit tough. Yeah, and I guess that hero is kind of free, right? The Cavendish. But he's going to play something anyway. So he would have got those Dons back. 10. It's double Kosh. Definitely double Kosh. We've got to save this. We'll go 9, 10, 11. And this is double Koshiro. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we didn't draw a trigger card? We actually didn't draw a trigger card. Shit. We might be cooked now. I just assume we would. We played so few non-triggers in the deck. It's what, like this and this. It's only the Stussies. Wow. Well, in that case, what's our split? 9, 9, 11. 9, 10, 10, huh? Yeah, this... I think that is legitimately the only card in the deck left that doesn't have a trigger. Wow. I'm gonna have to check the list again after this. Maybe that's wrong. But yeah, like all our 2Ks do. We play Satori, Frankie, and Atama. I just assumed we would draw one. I wasn't even thinking about it. Wow. I guess we hope he has pistol counter, right? If he can counter a 9, we're just screwed, right? I don't see a way to win that at that point. That was really unfortunate. That was really unfortunate. He has the counter, clearly. He wouldn't be thinking about it if he didn't have the counter. Damn. Yeah, damn. Because we could have paid 3 Don to block one of these Koshiros. And then we'd had 2 swings that he has to counter, right? So 1. Like, surely they've been a little bit smaller, but it's definitely worth it. See if he's got it, right? We ain't got nothing else. Damn, that's really unfortunate. Wow. He only had 1k more as well. That was close. Yeah, I think that is... Let me work it out, right? If we draw literally not a fucking... the 1 remaining Stussy. We play this for 3, we put 2 on the leader. They're all at 7. We got, what, 5 more Don? We can go 8, 9, 9, right? He's got to counter an 8 and a 9. He can counter the 8 with the 2 2Ks he just gave us there, the Toshigi and the Mihawk. And then, yeah, he can't counter another 8. So we would have won if we draw... literally... That's quite funny. It's like a 1 in 30 to lose. Holy. I'm including that game, but that sort of shows how you should play against Zoro, right? You want to blow up their stuff as much as possible. He had a pretty good start as well. Got the Mihawk into Zoro, which was strong. We did too, don't get me wrong. The Hancock, absolutely game-winning. Absolutely game-winning. If we'd drawn a couple more 2Ks early on there as well, we could have got an extra turn. We just didn't see them early enough, so we couldn't counter his swings efficiently. But, yeah, regardless, that was a good game, and that was quite an entertaining ending drawing the Stussy off the top there. So, thank you for watching. Let me know, what do you think of the deck? What do you think of the list? I know some of the counts are a little bit weird. I was enjoying some of the new additions, like the Lilith. The Stussy, I'm still kind of mixed on. I mean, it literally lost me that one fucking game into Zoro. And yeah, this is literally, that was literally the only card we could have drawn to lose that game. Every other card in the deck has a trigger. And one of the Liliths was already on the fucking board. One of the Stussys was already on the board. Literally 1 chance to lose that game. That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But hey, it was good fun. Made for quite an entertaining close. So I might end up cutting this. I'm really mixed on the card still. I think more testing needed on this one. Big fan of Hawkins and Kiku. They're just so good. And the Robin feels really powerful in this meta as well. Would also be tempted maybe to go down 1 Boa. But Loki, it does come up a lot. You know, it comes up a lot. And the 5-7 stat line, it's so much better than 5-5 or 5-6, right? 1 Don, you're swinging 8 into Ace. Brilliant. You're swinging 7 up base into Zoro and Emu. It's easier to defend into Zoro. And it's just like a god card into Zoro. Beside the point. Maybe you could cut this Onami. But again, I do really like it into Ace. I'd be tempted to maybe do something like this. Cut 1 Lilith for 1 more Onami. Just because this is good into Emu and Zoro. This is good into Ace. And I do expect Ace to be the most popular deck. So we'll see. Regardless, if you've got any suggestions for Bonney, let me know. I will be playing some more Bonney at some point on the channel. I do think this deck's a lot of fun. I love yellow decks. Especially aggressive yellow decks. So this is right up my alley. I just wish it was a little bit better. But either way, thank you for watching and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.